I talk to a lot of DJs and I read a lot of the stuff online, and a lot of the same questions keep coming up. And usually questions about contracts start coming up when there's problems with the economy, or when there's new things going on, like the COVID situation we're dealing with as many cancellations and as many people moving their dates. And all of these outdoor events. Everybody wants an outdoor event because, they figure if they have an outdoor event, then they're safe from any of the COVID-19 stuff. So it's always, when I hear about contracts, it's because DJs feel like they're being treated unfairly, right? The latest one I heard was, what do you do? What's in your contract to protect you if you're doing an outdoor event and it rains and your stuff gets ruined, okay? Or if the event gets moved indoors and then you have to move things indoors and they're unhappy because you weren't set up indoors. What happens if nobody shows up to the event? How does that protect me? How do I continue to get paid? Well, first of all, before I answer that, let me just thank you again for being a part of this. This is Creative License. I'm Bill Hermann. My sponsors, Electro Voice and Promo Only and DJ Event Planner and DJNTV and my workshop, The Entertainment Experience, are just a few of the things that help make sure that this goes on every single solitary week. And I cannot thank you enough for doing this for as many years as you have, and for all of the comments and for all of the questions that you send into me. So contracts, the easiest way to answer this is that I know that people tell you when you first get into business that you should have a contract that protects you. Because, what's going to happen if you don't get paid? What's going to happen if all of a sudden something happens and they don't want to pay you? I mean, what's going to happen? The customer's out to get you. The customer, first of all, is not out to get you. The customer is out to get what they want, and they're out to get what they pay for. Okay? So when we spend our time just covering our butt in our contracts that says no matter how badly things go for you, I still get paid, that to your customer doesn't sound very friendly. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't protect yourself. You should. Protecting yourself is good business sense. But a good contract, a contract that's going to help you in the sale, and a contract that's going to keep people seeing you as a trustworthy person, is a contract that protects your client as much as it protects you. Have you sat down, after you sat down and worked out all the contract details about, I've got a thing, if you're in mind about equipment getting broken or ruined, if you're inclement weather and things get ruined, or your guests go nuts and destroy my equipment, I'm going to expect you to pay for it. That's in my contract, okay? You should have that in there. It's smart, okay? But you also should be insured to be able to take care of that for yourself, if you can, because what's worse, a word of mouth than somebody saying, yeah, well, it rained and he made me pay for it. You might have had to, and that certainly, it should be their responsibility. But shouldn't it also be your responsibility to be able to move your stuff and to not set up outside and to bring the things necessary to be sure your stuff stays dry? Okay. What are the things they're worried about? They're not worried about your gear, but they are worried about whether you're going to show up on time. Is that in your contract? They're worried that you're going to show up with the right equipment. Is that in your contract? They're worried that if it does rain, that you're going to have what's necessary to keep their party going. That your equipment, when it does go down, that you have what's necessary to keep going. They're worried about their party. They're not worried about your gear. So what are you doing in your contract to make them feel good about hiring you for their party? It's a 50-50 proposition, and there's very few guys out there that do this for a living that take the time to be sure that the client is just as protected as the DJ. Now, it seems a little scary, I know, but if you think about you're in the business of giving the client what they want, do they really want to see a contract that protects just you and not them? That's just my thoughts on it. What do you think? You can certainly make your comments below. Send me a note. Tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Honestly, I do these shows from home, and there's plenty of people at my house that tell me that on a regular basis, so I don't have a problem with that. Otherwise, just thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of it, and I'll see you next week.